Morning, everybody. I'm a veteran. My name's Corporal Frankie Shoenfelt. I served in the U.S. Army and was deployed to the first Gulf War. Just wanted to show you over here. It's well groomed. This is a less visible area, and as you can see, it was mowed but not maintained. This is how our veterans kind of disheartening a little bit, but that's how the world. It's the visible areas. It's not the. And this is the day after Veterans Day, and this is how these veterans are being honored. Yeah, I was pretty happy when I came up the hill there. It seemed all the maintained areas look good, but I figured I'd uh, find this. That's for sure. And this is Rose Hill Cemetery. Any tomb that's probably groomed up, it was probably a family member. Looks like one over here is taken care of. I know Memorial Day's what do they say, the kickoff of summer events, but this is actually pretty disheartening. I'm sure they could get enough volunteers to honor our veterans a little better. This is the most well-maintained one I've seen. Maybe they were just weed eating and ran out of time. I don't know. It looks kind of sporadic, so this probably won't be a highly viewed one, but YouTube will post it later. Try to fix this flag. I knew I'd find it. The cemetery I usually go to is Greenwood Cemetery here in Altoona, Pennsylvania. They've been doing a really good job over there. Hadn't been up here in a while, so I figured I'd come up here, shoot some videos for my shorts on YouTube here, and then do a short live, probably half hour. Yeah, it looks kind of sporadic, so maybe it was individuals. And this is Rose Hill Cemetery. It's one of the bigger cemeteries here in Altoona, PA. Yeah, you can definitely tell that maybe they did start to weed eat or ran out of time or something. But that tells you how many loved ones came to visit their veterans yesterday during Memorial Day. Most of the places have pretty easy access road, and most people couldn't take 15, 20 minutes of their time. That's why I'm here, to spread awareness for fallen soldiers or soldiers that actually served. Said, usually when you're looking for worms, you don't have to dig very far. And I'm sure if I get up along the road that it'll be well more, it'll be maintained well more. That didn't come out right. It'll be maintained properly. Yeah, I'm not too happy, but such is life. I think we should be honoring veterans every day, some way, some form. Well, even the ones that are close to the road there, weren't very. It's like maybe they ran out of time, or it has been wet. And over the weekend it was fairly dry. Yeah, I'm not going to chat too much. I'm just going to give you visual reminders. And it should take me about a half hour to get through this section. This is one of the sections I hit pretty decently in the winter months when I could get up the hill. Plus part is they use some time and resources to put all new flags up. The cemetery pulls theirs, and I forget what the name is of the one behind the Altoona Hospital, but they usually pull theirs too. Greenwood leaves theirs up. I'm going to try to get with the owner of the cemetery or get in contact with the veterans that replace these. If you would pull them late October, early November, you could cut a significant amount of money that's allotted for this, and maybe they could turn that money back over to helping veterans. Oh, we were already here. Yeah, this is only going to be a brief one, 30-minute one. I've been getting some views. And yesterday I didn't post a whole lot. I wasn't on social media a lot. Just here and there. I know you can't make it perfect, but we surely could invest some time to make it look better. Yeah, this is really bad here. Yeah, you could spend a couple days. I know they're only allotted so many funds each cemetery and so much time devoted to lawn care, but they motor. No weed eating. Of course, I know it's probably a troublesome job, but I'm sure we could get volunteers to do it. But that's up to the cemetery, not up to me. I'm like a news reporter, I guess. And I'll try to spread it as much as I can. And you're going to have this. I mean, this is not uncommon, but man, where's the loved ones of this guy and his wife? Definitely a place that I've been visited a few times. It was probably in the winter. Everybody gets busy, but I still allot a certain amount of hours every week for the veterans. Yeah, you can see. To me, it's quite disheartening that a family member wouldn't even show up. And burnt dry grass, it's been up here for a while. Due to me kicking pennies off. I think I did on a couple other times. And my channel isn't designed for monetary purposes, clout or nothing. Just spread awareness. If you do want to donate your time, efforts, or some funds, do it to your local VA hospital or clinic. They're always looking for volunteers. They're always looking for funding. I'm more than well taken care of, so I don't want your money. I would like you to volunteer some of your time and efforts, though. Looks like a coin was there at one time. Might have got blown off. Yeah, it was maintained by cut, but not by weed removal. I mean, a section like this will take you a little while to do, but still, I would leave, honestly. That should be part of the family members' responsibility too. And I promise you, once I get up over this bump, they'll be very well maintained because they'll be visible to the public. Here you're kind of like at a hill, can't really see back in here very well. I'll give you an example. And then we'll go up top here, and I promise you, it'll be clean. Like this is not a visible, as you can see, not a highly visible area from the access roads here in the cemetery, and these are the conditions they're in. Not here to blow whistles on anybody, but if I have to toot a couple horns, I'm going to toot a couple horns. They get mad, they get mad. If you need to come visit me, come visit me. Yeah, it's not only the responsibility, I believe, of the cemetery, it's responsibility of the loved ones. And no matter how hard you're trying to seek people's approval from online, it'll never happen. There'll always be people that dislike you and like you, don't support you. It's part of social media. Everybody's there to make money and become really, really famous. And that's a minute percentage of people. Yeah, that middle spot here, it's actually, to put it nicely, less than ideal. Why aren't the family members up here? Huh. Men and women laying their lives down on the line for a country that can't even respect enough to pull a couple weeds or run a weed eater in their family, which provided them opportunities that they have today. And like I said, most of these places, the access roads are really close to, so you could be viewed. And even people that aren't veterans. We'll just clean this one off, see what it's in. And I know he has family. Not personally, but I don't know the family personally, but here he is covered in weeds and dried up grass. Now we'll go show you what the visible part looks like, which is only a short distance. Like I said, I arrived up here, I think, a little bit after 10 o'clock, so I took about 15-20 minutes to get some pictures and film some short videos. Like I said, not super highly visible. Well, there's one of the winter walkers. Ta-da! It's almost like magic, isn't it? Flat plane can be observed from about every angle. I know that's kind of a wetlandish area because water lays there, but still, night and day difference. Somebody did something with this one. Maybe it's a work in progress. Not quite sure. With Memorial Day yesterday, I figured things be a little more maintained. And like I said, if I ain't your cup of tea, don't waste your time. But if I am, leave some comments in my Instagram or my TikTok account. It's in my bio what my other accounts are. A little better maintained. They're not 3-foot high weeds around the tombs. Somebody made a visit to this veteran. We'll put their bouquet back up. I believe, yeah, it has a little American flag in there. Cool. Most of these cemeteries have a what do they call them? Plastic or fake flowers. I think this is one of them. Because you get these little plastic things, there's groundhog, squirrels, everything. They'll use this kind of material for nesting too. There's another one. Must be a popular bouquet. There's a little American flag in the middle of it. Pretty cool. Like I said, night, day and night difference. Yeah, this looks really nice here. Could use a little family attention to some of these graves. But that's the world we live in. You look in the mirror and that's who you're trying to take care of. As you can hear, just far enough away from the hood. I still go through it though. That must look like a mushroom. This is another reason when they're mowing, they hit these. It can damage some equipment. There's a tomb flipped up, flipped over. My last live, I think I got up to 90, maybe 100 people, which I was happy with. Yeah, this is definitely in better shape, this section. Trying to see how much time here. About 18. Like I said, here's a main road. I think that's Kettle Road. And I don't think you can drive down this one, but there is an access road. Yeah, it's right there. This looks a little, well, it looks a lot better than down in there. Now I know it's kind of wet ground. This is what they don't want. You get these flowers out here and that chops them up. It can clog stuff up. I know they have it posted, like on signs on the trees as you're going up access roads. And that's the reason they don't want them. Like I said, they're not biodegradable either. That's why they prefer you put flowers. But that would cost money and effort. See, there's a bunch of them laying around, which is common in a cemetery, and I know why they have the restrictions. This one here looks really nice. Looks like they could get a... Yeah, and if you can get these, this is even better. If you're doing like a, you want to do like an economical version over a span of time, get those little flower holders. Then you can put on once a month. When you put these in, they usually disperse. It's not like we don't get not super bad weather in the summertime. We do get some severe thunderstorms, and every once in a while we'll have a flurry of smaller tornadoes come through. Yeah, this section doesn't 100% get my approval, but I'm telling you what, it's a lot better than that middle section there. See, this flowers are laying right here. It might not even be for this person. It might be from another grave. What amazed me, I haven't, and from the main road up, I've not seen one, well, maybe two, of somebody actually honoring. Because if they came up to check the tomb, they would see the old flies, the butterflies down. An old that's beat up, probably got hit with a weed eater or a lawnmower or something like that. This flag is kind of old, so it's been a while. So that leads me to believe that nobody from the family has visited this grave since the break of weather. We had a pretty cold winter here in PA this year. Then we warmed up and then it cooled back down. But it's coming back. Yeah, we're at 21 minutes. There's a fairly new one. I like these the most, for my person. I like these the most because it's highly visible. He died in 99, 14. She survived 15 years without her husband of 50 years. Pretty impressive. They don't have family members here. That's my whole thing. And don't worry, just progressively, if we're not installing honor in our youth today, like 35 or less, it's only going to get worse. You know, I'll walk the distance. I'm always here for amusement too. And that's just all hypothetical. Oh, that tree needs to come down for sure. It'll probably do it itself. Here's an access road. Here's a place to pull over. We're going to count how many steps. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. It's 40 pace steps. So just right here. And it's probably another 40 to the end. We'll walk it. Thirty-eight paces. So in total, it would be, what, 48 paces to get to this part of the graveyard from an access road and a pull-off area to honor this veteran. I think I don't think anybody in this family was a veteran. They do have it marked down in the cemetery's logs. But I'll double check. Nope, no veterans. So you can't walk approximately 80 steps to honor a loved one, which will take you, what, probably a little over 30 seconds to a minute to get, just for example, to this headstone, and spend 5 or 6 minutes with a veteran and honor them, clean their tombstone. That's the world we live in. Like I said, this is in a lot better shape than that other one. I was here too. I can always tell because the coin's a little tarnished, and I generally don't see. There is a couple veterans on the other side of the graveyard that people put coins out for. The one guy's got several. Apparently this person was a knitter or something, because there's a pair of scissors. Maybe they worked in floral arrangements, I'm not sure. But there's a pair of scissors in there. We're already there. What I'm going to do is get out here on the access road. Oh, I didn't notice that at first. That's a veteran's marker right here where the tree is. Ooh. I'm surprised it's got any green in it at all. Yeah, I can't see any markings on it. It's definitely a marker. Yeah, that tree isn't too far from. Most of it's rotted out too, really bad. And the only viable side is still hooked into a root system that's on this side. Yeah, because this side of the tree doesn't look bad. But half to 3/4 of it is rotted out. Alright. Little sidetrack. So here's a smaller access road. This is the one I walked up to, which is approximately 80 steps. And it's flat territory here. Once you get up high, it's kind of hilly. It's not like the mountains out west, but it's got a little pitch to it, that's for sure. Like I said, here's even a better example. You could park your car right here, right there, walk less than 10 steps, and honor a veteran. I'm not saying throw out a blanket and take an overnight with them, but at least come up and give them some honor. Thank them for your service. And for sure, they still have living family members. Like I said, now there's not as many veterans right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like 10 in this little mini spot. There's another road. Like, I don't think the cemetery would even actually have a problem if you pulled off here. You know, just pulled off the berm of the road. I wouldn't say take your big rig and park it back in here, but there's a reason these little access points are here, is to stop and see your passed away loved ones, whether they're veterans or they're not veterans. Kind of makes it a little more shameful when it's a veteran, but it's still a person that passed away that's and if you can't afford a little trimmer or something to clean up around the grave, not everybody's financially set. I'm sure you have a neighbor or somebody you could borrow like a little trimmer or something from. The biggest thing is getting back to the roots of who made this country free. And that's why I'm doing this. I'm trying to not really pass the word on, but show we should honor our veterans more. A lot of us view us, the civilians, the public, views us as a nuisance sometimes, which some veterans are. We were trained to get in trouble and try to get back out of it. That's a big thing that most people overlook with veterans. When you're trained like we are trained, when trouble shows up, you either try to rectify it or you add to it. So, and not all veterans are that way. I think it goes with your coping skills. But needless to say, only need a couple bad pickles to make the whole jar taste like crap. So, and that's kind of how